talking to my friends because we were reading Philippians chapter 2, and like Philippians
Chapter 2, first of all, is like a really like
good chapter, and it brought up all the reasons why you should like serve God, right? And what it kind of like requires of you. But not just what it requires of you, but the things that you'll get benefited from by having joy and love in your life, and that you'll also be protected by God if you desire Him. Because if you're desiring Him, nothing's going to put you down, you know? You might suffer a little bit, but ultimately the thing that God will lift you up after the fact will be so much greater. So that was one of the things that I enjoyed a lot about that, but there's something else.
They also call
Be humble. You know, serving for God isn't like all joy and rainbows, right? We're also called to like kill our flesh on the daily. What that means is that any like worldly desires, such as like maybe like having sex or being mean to people, adultery and all that stuff, stealing, anything that gives your flesh pleasure, you should stop that, because sin causes evil. And sin doesn't just cause evil, but also cause death to yourself. Because anytime when you have sin, you're dependent on it. And so when you think about it like that, one of the things that people don't really think about as a sin is idolizing yourself. But they kind of mix that up. There's always an extreme of going this way or that way. You're either extremely confident or you idolize yourself of not being good in the first place. So how first of all,
how do you idolize yourself in a negative way? Well, you can do that by thinking like you're terrible. If you're not capable of like getting a job or graduating or getting
a friend even, right? Anytime when you say you can't do something, you're idolizing yourself, thinking that you're the worst of everyone. And God doesn't want you to do that, because God made you perfect. And God has given you talents.
What?
So don't doubt yourself, right? You want to think yourself as a strong individual so you can properly serve others. If you're not properly serving and taking care of yourself, you can't help out other people, especially if you're insecure or you're weak about your own individual talents. It says it in the Bible. In order to like love God properly, you also have to love yourself properly. So if you love Him and you put Him first, then you're also putting yourself first. And then
once you put yourself first by loving yourself